How are we all doing? 8 o'clock in the morning, man, for a live stream. It's early times. I'm gonna keep my voice down a little bit because my flatmate might probably still be asleep, so I'm not gonna be shouting or anything. But hopefully you can still hear me. I'll put my mic a bit closer to my face. Hope everyone's doing well. Just having my morning coffee in my fetching golden goal mug, which you can buy on my spread shop. Link in the description. Hopefully there's a link in the description to this one. Hope everyone's doing good. 10 a.m. for Sally. Big ups. See Alexandra in the chat. Eddie, hopefully I answered your question, mate. It's really hard to tell someone if they should wildcard or not without knowing exactly what their team is. Could see Daction in the chat as well. Everyone's here. Look at that. 20 people already. What have I got? Well, I've got some useful stats to show you. We can have a quick look at my team. This is my team. I think I'm going to be rolling this week. 111k overall. And just don't see a transfer here. Gotta say, I don't see a transfer. I'm quite annoyed at Lewis Hall dropping in price, but just don't see a transfer with this team. Just put it in the middle. Where's the middle? There's the middle. Am I getting a cold? No, I always sound like this, mate. And it's early in the morning, so... and the pool that I train in at the moment is not in the best state of repairs. It's very cold and there's loads of like chlorine in it, so I think it just blocks my nose up. And this is a bit what I sound like normally. Thinking of taking Saka out for either Palmer or Salah. Palmer is a straight swap, but to bring in Salah, I need to downgrade. I'd leave Saka. I would leave Saka in my team. Surely he can do okay against Tottenham, right? Tottenham are not the best defence in the league at all. So I think I would keep hold of Saka. And also I'm talking a little bit hushed, so that might show up the cold a little bit more, or the voice a little bit more. But yeah, if I had Saka, I think I'd keep him. If we have a look, I think... Where's the stats? Yeah, here are your top projected goal scorers. Oh, Saka's not there. Oops. Where is Saka? He's only 32% to score. I still wouldn't do the move. Adam Malone, you're going to the City game, or are you asking if I'm going? Big ups, mate. That's a big old trip. Assuming you live in the southwest, that is a big trip. I got a feeling that Andy Vyman scores the winner today as well. It's just written, isn't it? And you can't hate the guy either if he does. Theo, I still think I prefer Isak. I'll go back to my team. Actually, no, we'll leave the score projections up. There's very little in it, as you can see there. In fact, they are identical for their likelihood to score today or this week in terms of the betting markets. I prefer João Pedro to Welbeck because he takes penalties. I do think De Bruyne is a valid pick, but I would always say his returns are more weighted towards assists than they are goals. And personally, I think, would I prefer De Bruyne? Not De Bruyne, Son. I think I would almost prefer Son to Kevin De Bruyne because he plays more minutes and he takes penalties and he scores goals, whereas Kevin De Bruyne, his returns are more weighted towards assists. So that would be my thoughts. Back to my team now. This is how we're lining up. Yeah, they are better, but you don't need to make the move this week, is my thinking, mate. I think you can stick with Saka this week. It feels like a bit of a luxury to be doing that move this week for me. Henderson, TAA, or Eddie's with his actual team. For me, mate, there doesn't feel like there's enough between your current team and your wildcard draft to make it worthwhile. I think your current team is like absolutely fine. I would not be wildcarding that team. What else we got? Henderson, TAA, Robinson, Gabriel, Porro, Salah, Jota, Rogers. Nice team. I would be a little bit worried about Arsenal and Tottenham defences, but I don't really think there are going to be that many clean sheets this week anyway. Robinson or Davis for the bench? Yeah, I would always back. I don't like Davies at all. I would back Robinson. Would you go Palmer, Greaves and Pedro, or Eze, Robinson and Isak? I'd probably go Eze, Robinson and Isak. I haven't decided yet, Gwiz. I think the next 2 game weeks are kind of key for my team. If Solanke and Isak keep returning or get some returns, then I will probably keep them. But if they don't do so well, then I think it's time to play the wild card. I do think Nketiah is a valid option. I think, hopefully this is it. Yeah, so we had news from Glasner saying that he's ready to start. So, yeah, I think Palace will do a 3-5-2 with Mateta and Nketiah as the front 2 wing-backs in Munoz and Mitchell, and then Eze in behind the 2 strikers. That's how I think they... seems logical to me that that's how they line up. I won't be a second, I'm just going to blow my nose, see if I can get rid of this cold. Hopefully that makes me sound a little bit better. Wildcard ideas? Well, I'm not going to lie. I have made 4 or I think 3 videos over the international break about my favourite wildcard drafts. And in my latest video, I have 3 of them. So if you want some ideas, I would recommend watching those videos rather than me talk about it on stream. But if you watch one of those videos and have any questions, feel free to pop into the chat and ask them, because, you know, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. Let's go back to my team. Dean or Robinson? I would go Robinson just because he's going to play. Semenyo, Muniz or Rogers for the bench? I'd probably say Muniz. I would probably say Muniz. What does the chat think? Anyone in the chat got any thoughts on that? I would probably bench Muniz there, I think. It seems my stream is exceptionally live today. I'm only about 3 seconds delayed on my playback, which is pretty cool. There you go. A few people saying Muniz there for you, mate. I don't really like Muniz. I would have both Semenyo and Rogers in my team, but I wouldn't have Muniz in before Muniz scores. The unfortunate thing is I think all 3 players could score this week. So, sod's law in it. The one that you bench is going to score. Yeah, good shout if they already have Smith Rowe. Good shout. I showed these stats on the live stream that I did yesterday, so you might have already seen them. But I'll take you through my score predictions and some projection data that might be useful. So I've done some score predictions. So feel free to chime in the chat as to what you think of these. I've got Man United winning 2-0 against Southampton. I won't say any more on that. Brighton winning 4-2 against Ipswich. I think both teams score. I just think Brighton score more goals, basically. I reckon that'd be quite a high-scoring team. High-scoring game. Palace, I think they just edge it against Leicester. I've gone 2-1, even though I own Dean Henderson. Fulham and West Ham feels like a bit of a score draw, so I went 2-2. Liverpool Forest. Liverpool have not conceded a goal yet this season. Look pretty good from an attacking perspective. So I've got Liverpool winning that 4-0. What else? Man City 3, Brentford 1. I think that's a reasonable scoreline. I just don't think Man City really have much ability to keep clean sheets at the moment. Well, I wouldn't rule it out, but it just seems the way they are. I've got Villa winning 3-1 against Everton. Chelsea 3, Bournemouth 2. Spurs and Arsenal I think is going to be a relatively high-scoring draw. I don't see a clean sheet for either team, and I think they're both going to go for it. So I've gone 3-3. Hopefully that's the game I'm most excited for this weekend. I think that's going to be quite an exciting one. And then Wolves and Newcastle. I've got Newcastle edging that one 2-1. I've realised that I have my mic turned down. Let me know. I've just turned it up. Excuse me, a little bit. Let me know how that is, or if I should do it quieter. But yeah, I realised I have my mic turned down then. I agree on Brighton and Crystal Palace. I agree. I do think that Ipswich, in particular, are not too bad going forward. Audio's better now. Excellent. Excellent. That's what we like to hear. Alexandru, Nketiah or João Pedro? I'd probably edge it on João Pedro just because he's got penalties. Yeah, I'd probably say João Pedro. If I was on my wild card, I would get Wissa in over the two of them. I think I really like Wissa. I'm big on Wissa, but if that might be, you might not be able to afford him now. As a captain's not too crazy. I just don't think he has the ability to get a massive haul like Salah and Haaland do. Like a Salah hat-trick or a Haaland hat-trick this week wouldn't be too crazy. But an Eze hat-trick, I'm not sure he's the kind of player that, you know what I mean? That's just my thinking. I think they do, mate. I think that Arsenal defence is a little bit over-egged this season so far. I think they've conceded less goals than they deserve, if that makes sense. And without Odegaard and Rice, I think that changes quite a lot how they set up and play. I'll do some team ratings in a second. I'll just go through the projection stats, and then we'll have a look at some team ratings. I'll use Fantasy Football Hub, there should be a link in the description for that. Let me just make sure. There is. There is not. I'm just going to make sure I have a link to Fantasy Football Hub in my description in a second. I won't be a sec. I can't see the chat while I'm doing this, so give me 30 seconds to just sort that out. Right, there we go. Thoughts on Duran? You can't pick the second choice striker, in my opinion. I always think Watkins is going to be first choice. 2 free transfers went Nkunku and Gabriel to Trent and Winks. Fair enough. With Jota a rotational risk? No. I would be keeping Jota this week. I think Jota plays this week. Excuse me. And then the rotation becomes an issue for game week 5, at which point I think buying Mbeumo is a good idea and you don't have to do it for a hit. So that's what I would do there, Johnny Walker. Do you like whiskey, by the way? I hope you're right about that. Yeah, me too, mate. I don't think he has another game in him either. I was, as a Man United fan, as you could probably tell by that score prediction, what was I going to say? I was just absolutely shocked by the subs that he made against Liverpool. Taking off Garnacho instead of Rashford just felt mental. And chasing the game, bringing on Maguire and Eriksen, I didn't understand it. I mean, I don't know what he saw, to be honest. Johnny Walker's quite expensive, to be fair, isn't it? I'm sure Jameson is too. So yeah, here is some projection data. So we got basically fixture by fixture, and this is courtesy of Rob T FPL on X, not Twitter. What he does is take data from the gambling markets. So why I really like this kind of data is because the gambling companies, bookmakers, etc., just invest millions and millions of pounds into these projection algorithms in order to set their odds. But one thing to bear in mind is that if you go by pure bookies odds, they take some of that into account, and they also take into account the number of bets that are placed on each team as well. But this completely takes that out, uses the spread betting markets, which is pure outcome projections, and puts them into match projections, basically. So you've got projected goals and clean sheet odds for each team in each fixture this week. So there's a list view as well if you're interested in that, but I will project this one for a little bit, and then maybe this can help you decide on which defenders you want to play. usually when I look at defenders, for example, that I want to start, anything below 30%, I tend to be a little bit uncomfortable about. But anything above 30 makes me think that a clean sheet is on the cards. Anything below, I'd be a little bit nervous about, to be honest. I believe that I'm not going to Twitter search the word because it's going to be dangerous. But I believe that Areola will start as the goalkeeper because he's fit again. But I'm not going to be searching Areola on Twitter on stream for obvious reasons. Would you reckon keeping Saka this week? I'd keep Saka, mate. Don't be making those luxury. He's got Tottenham. Tottenham are not in any way a good defence. They're 17% to keep a clean sheet. I would be keeping Saka. I'd probably bench Muniz of that lot, Thomas. I will rate teams once I go through these stats. Here's a list view. So these are the top projected goal scorers, and here is a bigger, longer list. So these are, I don't know how many players are on this list, but a lot. This is the projected goals, players projected to score, and how many goals they're projected to score, basically, and the top players. So this might help you decide purely based on this week who to start, who to bench, etc., etc. But I'm looking at the projections here. Muniz is actually quite high, to be fair. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't mind Hall to Lewis as a transfer. I think that could make sense. I wouldn't be wildcarding without Haaland this week. I think he plays. I think it's risky to go without Haaland. Even if you don't captain him game week 5, I would still have him. I know, G-Wiz, I know. It's a funny name, isn't it? Yeah, there you go. There's your West Ham. He's got West Ham crest on his profile picture. I reckon he plays too. I'm sure you want him to because, I don't know, Fabianski, I'm no good in goal myself, even though I play 5-a-side, but Fabianski is rubbish. He is rubbish. Tielemans or Szoboszlai. Ooh. Blimey. I'd probably go Szoboszlai, now meaning because Harvey Elliott is out, isn't he? I think that makes Szoboszlai kind of nailed on, to be honest. So yeah, I think I prefer Szoboszlai. Tielemans could take penalties for Aston Villa though, although I do think it's going to be John McGinn would be my shout. But yeah, something to bear in mind. Flapiansky, there you go. Is that the nickname you guys have got for him? He's not the best, is he? I'm just going to see if I've got any any leaks that have come out. No, I don't think Haaland is out, mate. I think he plays. I spoke about this on my stream yesterday, and I think my thoughts are the same. And I'm not trying to take away from his personal situation. Obviously, he's lost a dear friend by the looks of it. But if that happened to me in my life, and I don't know what you guys would think, if that happened to me in my life, I'd want to play in their honour and score a goal in their honour, rather than take the week off and not play, if that makes sense. And I don't think, given how things happen in the world, I don't think the funeral is going to be like 2 days after the event happened. That's tends to not be how it works. So I think, yeah, I think he plays this week. Basically, is my thoughts. Yeah. There you go. A couple West Ham fans saying that Areola starts. How are you West Ham fans feeling about your new manager and your new way of playing? Yes, I will do some team reviews now. Good morning, Issam and Laura. Let's do some team reviews. I will use Fantasy Football Hub for it. I'm just going to go to this screen while I have a look. don't know about Mazwari, you know, because I think Shaw's back in training. And I do think the first choice two fullbacks for Man United are going to be Shaw and Dalot. Just results. Fair enough. Reset team. How do I do that? So I'm just playing around in Fantasy Football Hub to see if I can have a look at some of you guys' teams. Jury's out, yeah. I think Lopetegui's a good manager. Made some good signings as well. I really like Nicholas Füllkrug. I've got to say, I think once he gets himself in your team, you guys will love him. I think he's mega. Right, we're looking at GM87's team. Whoa, what's going on here? That's his team? That's my team. There's GM87's team. Oh no, that's my team. What's going on? 238783. Go. Nice team, mate. Nice team. Let's see. Then it goes back to my team. This is my team. I want to see your team. You did Isaac for Pedro. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I think my team might be locked in, you know. If I press optimize, no, it doesn't do anything. I might have to use Draft Hound. Oh, it's doing that. Have a look at that in a sec. Yeah, the Füllkrug does lack that. He does lack pace. You're right. He needs pace around him. I still think a front three of Kudus, Füllkrug, and Bowen is devastating. We'll go on Draft Down. We'll go on Draft Down, see if that works. I think Bowen is just mega. He's a good option in FPL this season, by the way, if people haven't considered him already. I think Bowen should be the player that Liverpool signed to replace Salah when he eventually goes as well. 2 seconds. I'm just going to blow my nose. I'll go on Draft Hound. Steve Ricks, what's the context of that question? Is that a 4.5 million midfielder? We'll try and get GM87's team in here a sec. Where's his ID gone? 238. 783. Hi, Gareth Southgate. There we go. Yeah, I think team's fine, mate. I don't think you need to do anything here. If we just do... I wouldn't. I personally don't think you need to touch that team, to be honest, mate. Looks really good. I wouldn't touch this team. I transferred out Isaac for Pedro. I wouldn't have done that. If you want my opinion, I wouldn't have done that. I think Isaac is really good. Salah for Saka. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Okay. Saka for Salah. Yeah, okay, got you. We'll do Billy 11. Big ups, Billy. Jota or Eze? Probably Eze. Nice team, bro. What would I do here? The assistant manager is saying Saka to Luis Diaz. I'm not sure about that. You know what? I'll probably just roll this week with that team. Yeah, I probably would just roll. Nah, I wouldn't do Saka to Bruno this week. We'll come off FPL. No. I wouldn't do Saka to Bruno this week. Not this week. I think it's a bit of a luxury move to be doing that this week. I have a separate FPL format and just want your opinion on which would you say was the most appealing. Blimey. I haven't even heard of Dibbling. I'll probably say Oliver Skip because he probably plays every game. But that's pretty boring, I know. I'm just going to have a look at my team in FPL review, if that's okay, guys, to see what it has to say for me. Hello, Alex. Good to see you again. Hope you're doing well. We're very early live this morning. God, my nose is really itchy. Sorry, guys. You have to see that. I just watched myself back scratching my nose, and you don't need to see that. What we got here? I wanted to look at my team, didn't I? So that is my team. I remembered my ID. What's the transfer solver saying? Gameweek 4 to 6. I just saw an interesting message from Laura in the chat then, and then it got retracted. I presume it was a question rather than would. Tell you what, that's the time. Those are the moves that. Oh man, I like that. These are the moves that FPL review are telling me to do. Bloody hell, they're good swaps then. My team for context. Take that in. Take in my team. You guess that I'm 19 or 20. Bloody hell, mate. I'm a lot older than that. I do look quite young, mate. And my skin has decided to attack me this week, so I look exceptionally young. I'm 27, for what it's worth. I was born in 1997. I do accept my baby face, though. It means I'm going to age gracefully, I would like to think. God, those are some good transfers, man. Being able to get rid of Johnson or Lewis Hall for a Would you do Bruno to Eze or Muniz to João Pedro? Oh, I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't do either, because they feel like this week in particular, both of those moves feel like a luxury. Unless you're wildcarding in like 1 or 2 weeks' time and the transfers are kind of a free hit, I wouldn't do it. They feel like luxury moves to me. I don't think there's much difference between those moves that you're saying there. Long term, yes, but looking at game week 4 in isolation, forget what game week it is. I don't think there's much in it. Those are the moves, man. They're looking good. I think just this week I'm going to stick to my guns. Although the thought of getting rid of Lewis Hall or Johnson for a Liverpool defender is it's a good looking transfer, that, isn't it? By the way, Lewis Hall, I feel like I've been absolutely robbed on him. Thank you, G-Wiz. Hey, Harmony, I'm the same. I don't think, although I'm not particularly happy with my bench, I'm in the same boat where I don't think I need to make a move either. Davis or Lewis? Lewis, definitely. If you've got some bench cover, I would definitely do it. Mikhail Khan. I think that's a Nissan GTR in your picture. I can't tell because it's tiny, but it looks like a Nissan GTR. Would you take out Isak for Pedro so you get funds for Gordon to Saka? Nah, not this week. Keep both Isak and Gordon this week. They got Wolves away. I think that's a really good fixture in my mind. Travel goer, I definitely will in a sec. Let's do it now. I'll do it now. Go back to draft time. J. Kelly. It is a Nissan. Is it a GTR? I can't tell. Is that the R35 or 34? I can just see two tail lights and a bit of a spoiler. I do like my Japanese cars. I've got a Toyota GT86 myself, with a very loud exhaust on it. Yeah, I thought so. See, look at that. This is how big it shows on my screen, by the way. That's all I can see. I know. He knows. So this is J. Kelly FC. No, I keep the team, mate. And if you're worried about either one of Garnacho or Wood, bring in Rodgers. I'd leave the team as it is. You've got a real headache with those goalkeepers as well. Real headache with those keepers. I do think Eze's going to have a good game week. I agree. Salah to Saka? Not sure. Notion Vids, if you share me your team name, if it's not a really popular team name, because obviously when I search it, I'll see all the teams with the same name, or you can show me your FPL ID. And the way you get your FPL ID, you have to do this on a browser. You can't do it on the FPL mobile app. You click on Gameweek history, and there you go, you got it. 77221. We'll just keep doing casual team reviews as we go along. I won't spend too long on each team. Gabriel, Pedro, Porro. God, I'd probably say Porro's cheaper. All right, I'll do 5 team reviews. I'll take one more. Because otherwise... I'll stop after G-Wiz. Right, Notion Vids. Because you type in your ID again, G-Wiz, if you got it wrong. It will take me the whole stream of just looking at people's teams, and then that's a bit crazy. Notion Vids. I probably would roll this week. You don't have Haaland, but probably would roll. You've got 2 frees, but I just don't see anything obvious here. I'd probably roll. Next week's your time when Arsenal play Man City, but right now, I don't think you need to make a swap. I think you're okay. All right, QuantVids. 343385. By the way, if you want to sign up to Draft Hound, there is a link in the description. It's another good team. Yeah, you're a little bit short on your defenders here. I would probably make a couple of moves. I think I would do Martin to Andy Robertson, you know. Oh, you've got 3 Liverpool already. Let's have a look and see what FPL Review is saying in terms of top defenders for the next 3 weeks, and then you buy them. Filter by position defenders. Trent, Guardiola, Virgil. Bulls. You can't get any of them, can you? Top 50 defenders. Conser, Munoz, Porro, Dunk. slim pickings, isn't it, in terms of defenders? I've stopped the team reviews after Gwiz, by the way. I'd consider Martin to, it's really boring and dead. But I'd actually consider Johnson to Conser, and then you get a starter, and then the rest of the team would be fine, mate. Unofficial tribe. 1-1. 2-7. Only 1-0. I'll catch up with the chat when I've done these team reviews. We're on unofficial tribe at the moment. Oh, blimey. I'd probably roll. I think you need 3. You just roll. Just roll. Just roll. I would roll. I haven't skipped you, you go Tito. I'm on unofficial tribe at the moment. You're next. Be patient, my friend. Be patient. I'm also going to hold on. Yeah, it might be the other way around. For me, mate, that's the order. You're there, bro. Then we got Lalix and Gwiz, and then that's it. We'll have a little break. Oh, Quanza. I'm sorry, man. I had him too. Probably deal with Quanza. Quanza to Conza. There you go. That'd be the move. That'd be the move that I'd make this week, I think. Yeah. Conza to Quanza. That's what I'd do. Because you don't really have, you don't have another defender you'd want to start. So that's what I'd do there. It's not the most exciting move, but I think it makes sense. Lalix. Nice and early ID for you, mate. Ooh. Ooh. You've got... Oh, no, I'd start Solanke. I think Solanke's going to play. Contrary to what Draft Hound's saying here. And I would start him there. You could roll with this, mate. Start Solanke and roll. It's not absolutely ideal, but I think this team is absolutely fine, to be honest. So, yeah, I would start Solanke and roll, to be honest. Nice team. And then finally, we'll just have a quick look at Gwiz's team. And then I'll go back to normality, because I do want to help people out, but likewise, if the whole stream is me reviewing other people's teams, it might be a bit boring for everyone else, if that makes sense. Ooh, defender issue here, I think. Defender issue. Mate, I would do Lewis Hall to Trent. And then if you do Lewis Hall to Trent, you've got basically a wildcard team. Yeah. Gordon's a part. Interesting. That is interesting. Because it means that you don't really have 3 defenders. I would have done Hall to Trent. Mateo, you didn't even... I didn't even have you on it for some reason, mate. But I don't even have you. I don't know what happened there. You got to be careful copying and pasting stuff, I think. You might have to type it in manually. But sorry, pal. I genuinely, I do not have your message. It's just not there. Sorry, pal. We'll get you next time. I'll just go back to my team for a bit and read the chat. Yeah, I think Haaland plays. Harwood Bellis. Right. Do okay. I mean, he has to keep a clean sheet. Do you really think they keep a clean sheet? I don't think they do. Nedeljkovic or Wout-Fas? Nedeljkovic, why not? I don't think Wout-Fas keeps a clean sheet or does anything, to be honest. Going to wildcard with this. Raya, Trent, Robbo, Gabriel, Conser, Greaves, Salah, Eze, Semenyo, Minter, Rogers, Haaland, João Pedro, Wissa. Yeah, I think you probably have a little bit too much invested in defence and too many cheap midfielders. I would look to see if there's a way you can do Semenyo up to Mbumo and maybe drop one of Trent, Robbo, or Gabriel to someone a bit cheaper. I don't think you need that many premium defenders. It's the mighty Southampton. They're terrible, mate, I think. I don't think Southampton are really that good. My team last season, Bristol City, beat them, so that's all I'm saying. Completely played them off the park as well. Will Pedro start? João Pedro, I think he probably does, mate, yeah. What do I do with Nkunku? I think you get rid of him for Smith Rowe. Well, I think he's got a chance of playing this week, first of all. To actually tell you what, I'll help you out. I'm going to take to Twitter, but I'm not going to share my For You feed on live stream. I'm going to see what the Chelsea predicted lineup is saying about Nkunku after I blow my nose again. 2 seconds. Sorry about that, guys. We got to do it. Let's see if there's a Chelsea predicted lineup and what it says. So Emma is my consistent source of predicted lineups at Jump the Wave on Twitter. There's the Chelsea predicted lineup. Doesn't have Nkunku in it, so I would probably sell him. It's a good team, that, to be fair, isn't it? And I would buy Smith Rowe, Rodgers, Semenyo in that order. Right, I'll turn off Twitter now. Get rid of it because it will use up all my laptop CPU as well. I've got Saliba, Porro, and Maddison. Who should I use? Because Spurs are facing each other. I wouldn't have the two defenders, but I don't know which one I'd rather have out of Saliba and Porro. I'd play Maddison, but I wouldn't have two defenders. Liverpool will score many goals. I hope they do. I hope Salah scores many goals. Isak, I would go Isak, personally. Hold Bruno or roll. If there was ever a game to hold Bruno for, it's Southampton. Oh, I've lost the chat. Where's the chat gone? There we go. Will João Pedro play? I think he does, yeah. I think Sterling comes off the bench. Bench Porro or Konsa, starting Trent, Guardiola as my other two defenders. God, that's tough. I think their expected points in my brain are exactly the same. So I would be interested in what the chat thought. Would you start, chat? Would you start Porro or Konsa? Obviously, Konsa's got a fixture against Everton, so better clean sheet odds. But Porro is basically a striker. So, which two from Saliba? Yeah, same sort of thing with Saliba and Porro. I'd definitely start Robinson and then flip a coin between the two of them. Thank you very much, John. That's great. I appreciate that. I've been trying hard these last couple of weeks to be that guy, so I appreciate that. Oh, the chat is pretty split, isn't it? I think more are saying Konsa. Just. Thank you, Cortex, mate. Got 204 people watching. It's incredible. Thank you so much. Rodgers or Semenyo? Long term, I think Semenyo. But for the next few weeks, Rodgers. I'd go Solanke, personally. Can't Solanke, by the way. He's in my team still. Brain says Conser, but my heart says Porro. I'd flip a coin. Heads is Conser, tails is Porro. That's how I would do it. Take the decision out of your hands and you can blame a coin if it goes wrong. There you go. My advice. That's exciting, Cortex. You're from Algeria, aren't you? That's quite a big journey. Yeah, that is cool. When are you heading off to Venezuela, mate? I know how long distance relationships can be as well. I was, unfortunately, ex-girlfriend now, but I was with a girl who lived in New Zealand for a year, so that was quite a challenge at times. I hope you don't get kidnapped too. Is what's the country where? Because obviously Twitter it shows this kind of thing. There's a country. It's El Salvador, isn't it? Not Venezuela. What's going on with Venezuela at the moment? Can you go there? I don't want to say too much and get in trouble. I had a tweet from Kazo84 saying Nketiah or Solanke. I would go for Solanke. Solanke looks fit and ready to go and said he's been training this week. So I think he's going to be all good. I would go Greaves. Greaves will play every game. I'm playing Munoz over Robinson this week. Thoughts? Yeah, fair. Smith Rowe or Onana? Smith Rowe all day. I think Onana's really overrated as an FPL option. I wouldn't touch him. Or Ahmad. I would go Rodgers because we don't know if Ahmad's going to start against Southampton. I think Pau Torres is slightly more injury prone than Conser. It's just my thoughts. Smith Rowe or Muniz to start? Smith Rowe. Yeah, you look at the goal scoring projections. Actually, no. You look at the goal scoring projections and Muniz is better. I'd start Muniz, actually. If you give me... I'll do some more team reviews on the hour, if that's all right. Well, that's lovely, Cortex. I hope it goes well for you, mate. How long are you spending out there? You got a couple of weeks out there, or is it a quick trip? Yeah, that sounds great, mate. I hope you have a good time. What's the weather doing in a month? Maybe. What's the weather like in Venezuela at the moment? Oh, warm. 30 degrees. I'm sure it's warm in Algeria, right? You're probably used to heat. Yeah, same temperature as you, I guess. Probably be a bit more humid, though. Xerxes and Jota, or Eze and Jackson? I think Eze and Jackson, mate. Smith Rowe, Rodgers. I'd probably go Rodgers. I'll do team reviews on the hour. Semenyo or Minter? Semenyo. Just. Actually, no, Minter. Wildcarded Gordon in last week. No, keep him. I have Pope, Robertson, Munoz, Conser, Gibbs, White, Rodgers, Saka, Palmer, Isak. Good team. From Dubai, big ups. Should I go with Wissa over Jackson? Ooh, I think long term he's better personally, and he saves you some cash. It's just this week he's got Man City, hasn't he? Which is a little bit of a put off, but long term I think he's better. 41 degrees, bloody hell! Big ups, Mark. Living out in Saudi. Yeah, the hottest place I've ever been. I went in April. I went to Luxor in Egypt, and it was 45 degrees, but it was, because it was sandy and like deserty, the sand reflects the heat and makes it even hotter, and it was the hottest place I've ever been. And I went to the Karnak temple, which was really cool, by the way. I'd definitely recommend going to Luxor in Egypt if you ever go to Egypt. But oh my God, it was so hot. And people were like, I couldn't believe it. People didn't have hats. People didn't have like water with them. It's 45 degrees and you're walking around this place for a couple of hours and there were these like pale white tourists who didn't have a hat, didn't wear sun cream, didn't do anything, and they were just people just passing out in the temple because they were so hot. I couldn't believe it. You just got to be careful in the heat because it can get you. Cairo, by the way, I didn't go to Cairo. We didn't have just didn't have the time or energy to go to the pyramids, but it took us an hour to fly over Cairo. A whole hour to just fly over the city. It's that big. It's incredible. Gee whiz, I booked myself a little trip to Venice in November, so that's where I'm going next. You did warn me about the scam. We didn't go to the pyramids in the end, but Egypt is the worst place that I've ever been for that kind of person. And I think I'm not trying to belittle them or anything, but before we went, there's some mad stuff going on in Egypt at the moment because Cairo is so big and overpopulated. The government is quite a cool story to look into, but the government are building a second capital city. I don't know how far away from Cairo it is, but they've spent like billions on basically building all the infrastructure for this empty new capital city, and it's completely wiped the country's economy. So they're in like a state, well, at the time I might have recovered a little bit, but they were in a state of complete hyperinflation. So buying Egyptian pounds over there, the conversion, everything was just so cheap. And you could tell, like, these people obviously, right, they don't have much. And you could like tell the desperation in them when they were trying to sell you something. And I felt so guilty, but you can't buy something off of everyone, right? And obviously you can't fix all the country's issues yourself, but yeah, it put things into perspective going there. It was pretty mad. I think it might be, without sounding too strong, it might be quite a cultural thing as well, that some people just do that, don't they? But it was so cool. Like the historic stuff in Egypt is just amazing. Like this temple we went to, it still had paint on it from thousands of years ago. It's incredible. Himothy, I'm seeing your message, mate. Typing it in multiple times is not going to make me more likely to answer it, and I'll stop you in the chat. I would pick Smith Rowe. And if you keep typing that in the chat, I'll ban you from it, mate. You don't need to keep spamming it. I was just having a little chat about the holidays, right? Rogers over Onana, 100%. I wouldn't have Onana in my team. Who would you bench? Leif Davies and Vardy and Vandenberg. There you go. From scammers to spammers. There you go. Where's all my moderators at today, eh? I think they're probably still in bed. Might have to make a few more people my moderators. Tell you what, we'll help someone out here. I've got a good idea for a moderator. There you go. Long time sub. I trust Cortex. You can be a mod, mate. There you go. Sorry, Dakshin. What was your question, mate? Just type it in again. There's another guy we need to make a moderator as well. I just wouldn't touch Onana at all. Rogers ES. Sorry, I'm having to lean because my camera is in the way of your message. Rogers ESR João Pedro. Oh, bloody hell. Christ. What does the chat think there? Would you bench Rogers, Smith Rowe, or João Pedro? I wouldn't bench any of them. My gut says Smith Rowe. My gut says Smith Rowe there. My gut says Smith Rowe. All good, G-Wiz. You do your thing, man. He's moderator on Let's Talk FPL. Look at that. Big ups, mate. Why not? I'll do a random act of kindness and make you a moderator as well. But don't feel the need to stay. We're all good. I'll be nice and do this as well. Why not? There we go. I can't afford Gwiz. I can't compete with Andy in terms of wages, so feel free, my friend. Any news? What news are you looking for, bro? Best defender for 4.6, Robinson. You're a mod on two people's streams, mate. Please go and do Andy's stream though. Don't feel the need to stick around here if you want to go. I'm not. There's no pressure. Moderating in the stream is please don't feel like it's a responsibility or a job. You can join me whenever you like. It's not a biggie. No job description. Is that what you're meant to do? You meant to like post a job description? You just come and go as you please, mate, and mod as you see fit. It doesn't bother me. You do what you want. I'm currently on Henderson, Trent, Robinson, Conser. Start Muniz or Savinio? I'd probably start Muniz. No worries, Gwiz, mate. You have a good morning. Hope your game week goes well as well. Solanke, Smith Rowe. I bench Smith Rowe. Thoughts on Camilla? I don't know what that is. Am I meant to know what that is? I don't know what that is. Soul Searcher, yes, in my opinion. Yes. I've had Salah and Haaland in my team for that reason. Big ups, Cortex. We love to hear it. I know you're a big gym guy as well, aren't you? What's your max bench? That's what I'm interested in. I'm in the middle of a swimming. I really want to do a 100 kg bench before the end of the year. As a swimmer, my chest, I don't really train it all that much because it's lats and back that you need. So I really wanted to get to a 100 kg bench, but I've duffed up my shoulder a little bit, and I don't want to be messing around doing really heavy bench press with a bad shoulder. So yeah, and I don't tend to have a spot when I go to the gym either. So doing like a 1 rep max bench feels quite dangerous. So I'm up to, I think I've done 90 before for 1 rep with a spot, but I've not gone any higher than that so far. God, dreaming FPL, that's so tough. I would probably leave it. Use Smith machine, yeah, I don't have one, unfortunately. Yeah, we'll do some team reviews. It's the hour, isn't it? Bench press just feels strong, doesn't it? Ow, I actually hurt my shoulder then. I need to do some shoulder mobility stuff, actually. I might have to do it on stream because it's hurting at the moment. I might have to do some rotator cuff stuff because that's what's doing me in at the moment. No Smith machine. I do have a, what's it called? I don't know what the machine is. It's not a leg press or a squat machine, but it's a leg machine where you can go really deep with the squat. And then, what's it? Pendulum squat, that's it. Got one of those, which is good. But yeah, when you swim, I'm a sprinter, so I swim with max effort with most of the stuff that I do. It just duffs up your shoulder quite easily, so I'm just a bit careful with how much I lift on the bench. Right, I'll shut up about training and look at someone's team. I'll do 5. So I've got 3 teams to do so far. Top 10 travel, Anas and Darren. So 2 more teams. One more after lasers. Pew pew. What a name. Alright, finished. because I'm a sprinter, I don't tend to do that much distance. In previous clubs, I've done up to like 5 kilometers a session. But because I sprint at the moment, I barely do a kilometer, because all of the stuff that I do is like at race pace intensity. Because when you sprint, you want to sprint as much as possible rather than cover as much as distance as possible. So yeah, that's what I do. And yeah, so I don't actually swim that far. I just swim hard and fast and intense, and that works as a sprinter. Because like Usain Bolt doesn't do 10k runs, for example. Not that I'm as fast as Usain Bolt, but you get the gist of it. And I use quite a lot of equipment as well. So we've got like power towers where you tow a bucket of water behind you, and bungees and stuff like that. Oh, what would I do with this team? Bloody hell, there's a lot to think about here. I would probably do Bailey to Rogers. I did Bailey to Rogers here. I'd probably just do Bailey to Rogers and start him instead of Keane. And then maybe you could upgrade Gibbs White to someone else as well if you did Bailey to Rogers. Think about that. Darren, 4860. I am actually going to go and grab my shoulder thing after these team reviews as well. I won't be long, but my shoulder's giving me a bit of pain at the moment. Ooh. Guys, painful, but I think you're going to have to stick with Mikalenko here. I would just roll, Darren. I know it's going to be painful, but I would roll. I just don't see an easy move here. Unless you had something in mind. Lasers pew pew. 142 6646. Again, really nice team. I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't do anything here. You're absolutely fine, mate. Just leave it. Just leave it. Lamb sauce. I know I'm really boring, but sometimes you need to be boring in this game to do well. Count Doku. That's a good team name, that. Yeah, I like this. I would definitely start Rogers, and then I would say it's up to you whether you take out Robinson or Konsa to do it. That's what I do. I'm just going to go and grab my shoulder cable. I'll be back in like 30 seconds. There we go. God, there's a lot of chat to catch up on. Sorry if I miss your stuff, guys. I do think Ruta plays in the future. He is Ruta is the club record signing for Brighton. No, I don't do it as a profession. I've got a full-time job as well. So I swim, YouTube, and full-time job. I'm a busy guy. Hope you're not golden water. No. No, I don't do that. Oh, you're very welcome, Harmony. I don't know what you're thanking me for. Presumably making you a mod, I don't know. But you're welcome. So all in good time, Cortex. Cheaper, I think they were like 10 quid on Amazon. I used to run Lalix. I did a half marathon a few years ago. But swimming and running I don't find they agree with one another. Because swimming is like really low impact. Running is not. And I find that my body just gets completely wasted from all the training I do. So if I were to add running to it, I think I'd just become exhausted. I'll do another set of I'll do another set of reviews in a sec. In fact, I'm just going to do some shoulder stuff. You can watch me in my chair, do some rotator cuff movement. I'll keep chatting to the chat while I do it. How often do you go to the gym? I try and go 2 or 3 times a week, and I do like a mixture of really heavy compound lifts. Oh, I missed your team. Sorry, bro. I will do your team. It's all right. We'll fit you in. 159 100. My apologies, my friend. I would start Solanke. I just do full body every time. I do full body 2 or 3 times a week usually. Sorry about your team, man. It is in a little bit of a state, in it. What's the assistant manager saying? I would probably do one of your 4 million defenders to Conser. I think Haaland plays, yeah. I'd do one of your 4 million defenders to Conser, and then I think you'll be fine. I just don't trust any of those guys to play. Sorry, we're done with the team reviews. I just missed top 10 travel because he got in there. I'll do some more team reviews at 1:30. Bear with. I'm just gonna do some stretching. There we go. I also find when you train full body, if for whatever reason life gets in the way and you miss a session, you still hit every body part. That's what I like about it, because with all the stuff I've got going on, sometimes I can't get to the gym. I've just lost my chat. Brilliant. There we go. So when you do full body, it means you still hit every body part at least once a week, which is either enough to maintain the muscle or build it, you know. So I will be fine. It just needs a bit of rehab. Might put some ice on it after the stream as well. I think I slept on it too, so it's my fault. Yeah, my whole thing with team reviews, if I spend the whole stream doing them, people are going to get bored, right? Just looking at other people's teams for the entire stream. I would start Muniz, I think. No worries, Alex, mate. And my training goals, I would obviously, there is a bit of vanity to it, but my training goal is to be as quick as I can in the pool, not necessarily just build muscle. The two kind of go hand in hand, but that's just what works for me. And sometimes when I have a really heavy training week in the pool, I don't want to go to the gym as much because my body just can't lift as much, isn't as effective. So then I just do 2 in a week, and still 2 full body sessions a week is enough to put on a little bit of muscle. It's not like optimized, but yeah. And yeah, I don't want to get too heavy. So I don't really put on weight, to be honest, but I'm sitting at around 77, 78 kilos at the moment. The app that I'm doing the team reviews in is Drafthound. There's a link in the description for the stream to have a look for yourself, mate. I don't really know how tall I am. I'm somewhere between 5'11" and 6 foot. I don't know what that is. Maybe 180 centimeters, something like that. Pretty average sort of build, really. But I find that because I'm a swimmer, my back is the strongest, so I can do like quite easily 20 kg weighted pull-ups for 5 or 6 reps. That's probably my best lift. I haven't done a 1 rep I haven't done a ROM 1 rep max weighted pull up yet. Might give that a go. See how high I can go. Probably do 30 or 40 kg, I reckon. I really do want to learn how to do a muscle up as well. They look pretty cool. I think I've got the strength, but I just need to learn the technique. Any tips on getting started with swimming? I would say watch a couple of YouTube videos, mate. YouTube is just the be all and end all of all new skills for me. And if you can afford it, get a coach. But yeah, I just watch YouTube videos, to be honest, mate. Get a rough idea of where to go. Because I can swim, but I'm not a very good coach. Because I've just been doing it for so many years. I kind of just do it now. Rather than teach people, if that makes sense. Start Porro or Gabriel. I'd probably start Porro this week. I think both are almost as likely as one another to keep a clean sheet, but Porro is much better from an attacking perspective, so I'd probably start Porro there. Because I'm going to be live for 3 hours, I might have a little snack at some point, if that's okay. I need to send my team in to someone as well. I'm just going to do that now. Not really, mate. I just have 3 square meals a day. I try to eat as much like natural stuff as possible. Yeah, meat, veg, potatoes, rice, fruit. I'm into granola bars as a snack, but nothing too crazy. I'd say I have 3 big meals a day, and I probably have about 3,200 calories, I reckon it is. That's kind of my diet. And I just try and hit about 150 grams of protein a day, somewhere between 100 and 150. That seems to do the trick. Nothing too fancy. And then I have a bit of creatine in my coffee in the morning, 5 kg, 5 kilograms, 5 grams of creatine. Have a bit of protein powder with my breakfast, and then I take vitamin D and magnesium as well. That's what I do. There you go, Harmony. If you're interested. Thoughts on 8 Nori? Yeah, I like him, mate. I like him. I think he's basically a winger. This is so annoying. I keep taking away from my chat. There we go. No update on Haaland. I think he plays, though. Would be my personal opinion. I would recommend, so I find that whey protein gives me quite bad acne because the human body is not designed to digest whey because it comes from cows. So I really struggle to have it and not get spots. So I have, if you can get it in Algeria, I don't know what the market's like there, but I have vegan protein powder because it brings me less spots basically. Yeah, I find whey protein just gives me spots. As you can see, I had a whey protein shake at the weekend, and I've been a bit stressed recently, so that's why I'm looking like a teenager at the moment. Edison and Raya, I would sell Edison. I think Raya's probably better. Actually, over the next few game weeks, though, it's probably Edison, so sell Raya. I think Watkins or excuse me. Yeah, I think Watkins starts both games. Good evening from New Zealand. Big ups, mate. Whereabouts in New Zealand are you? -4, Isak to Pedro and Son to Salah. I just don't think it's worth it, especially if you have Haaland already. I'll do some more team reviews soon in 15 minutes' time. The doctor told you not to. Interesting. Are you allowed to eat red meat? because that's got creatine in it. If you're allowed to have steak, then I don't know why you can't take creatine. But I'm not a doctor, so. Oh, God, I have no idea on Hall, mate. I hope he does. He's gone down in price now to the point where I can't replace him. It's just really annoying. But, yeah, I can't justify it. Only chicken and eggs. Fair enough, mate. Creatine's only like a 5%. I find it like a, I don't know, a 1 kilogram boost in terms of my max strength. What it does, it does make a difference as a sprinter, to be fair, because when you do like a max effort sprint, your body uses an energy, well, I don't know what it is, I'm not a doctor, but it uses something called ATP, which is like a chemical or something in your muscles, which comes on when you put like max effort through your body. And basically a creatine gives you probably 5 to 10% more ATP. And I find that when I'm sprinting, my ATP lasts for 12, 13 seconds. That's kind of how long it goes on for. And say a 10% boost in that is an extra second of sprinting. So yeah, it does make a difference. One thing that also does make a difference is beta alanine as well. That's pretty good for keeping lactic acid down. I find that makes a difference in some of my events. But it makes you feel all tingly, which is quite interesting. I think, well, me and Harmony we're on the same Harmony, man. We're funny you say that. I'm going through a stressful time at the moment, so I'm giving it a go. I'll let you know. I don't know if I can talk about it on YouTube. I think you just got to stick with him, Niels, at this point, much like me. I found patience has paid off so far this season. Like, my team is not perfect, but it's nothing desperate to do. I'll let you know. The way that I heard to use it, Cortex, is like have a week on and then a week off, because your body can quite easily build tolerance to it. So I'm going to take it for 7 days, maybe have 5 days off, take it for 7 days and see how we go. I've got, how many in here? I don't know. 60. So that'll probably last me for a year, basically, won't it? Not a year. I don't know. Last me a while. So I'll let you know. We hit 8,500 subs on stream, by the way. How good's that? Nearly there at 10k. Come on. It's just a pill, mate. I think it's like ground up herb inside a pill, if that makes sense. I would sell Doc. I don't like Docu, mate. Oh man, please stop sending me your FPL ID. We're going to do it in 12 minutes time. What do I do to get a review? I'm going to do reviews at 1:30. So in 12 minutes time, I'll take 5 more FPL IDs to do a team review. I just don't want to do it all the time during the stream because it can get a bit hardcore for people that aren't having their team reviewed, basically. Ooh, the spread betting markets have changed. Cortex doing a good job being moderator now, isn't he? Look at that. Oh, you didn't miss the quiz. Tell you what, I actually forgot about the quiz. I'm just going to show you the latest spread betting markets. Then we'll do the quiz. See, everyone's left to go to the big YouTubers now. We've dropped to 53 viewers, but I'm going to do a quiz, so they missed the quiz. This has changed, look. These are your latest odds, if you can read that. I'll leave that on for a bit, and then we'll do the quiz. I just put it in the chat, Dreaming FPL. That's all you need to do, mate. I'll do the quiz, and then we'll do team reviews. Oh, you just become a member, mate. I've only got one option. I think it's really cheap. I think like £2-3 a month. Some of my videos I'll give you early access to. Probably half of them I do early access. And then it just makes you stand out in the chat. So I'll like always respond to your messages. And then when I do team reviews, you're a priority. So if you're a member, I'm going to look at your team. Don't know about expert insight, but I appreciate the compliment. Right. Quiz then. Completely up to you if you want to do it, Nils. There's no pressure, mate. I would obviously be very appreciative if you did, but I'm not here to pressure people into spending their money. You do what you like, mate. Who has taken the most shots in the Premier League so far this season? Is it Erling Haaland, Eze, Semenyo, or Mo Salah? Who has taken the most shots in the Premier League this season? Lots of Ezes. I've been quiet letting the answers come in. Lots of Ezes, lots of Semenyos. We've got a Haaland. The answer, I think the answers have stopped coming in now. It's Semenyo. 17 shots. You can look it up. He's taken 17, which is the most in the league so far. There you go. Sorry, that's just my drinks bottle. It's quite loud. I thought that'd catch you out. I'd start, wait for a leak, and then I'd possibly start Diallo. Which team has conceded the lowest expected goals so far this season? Is it, so not the actual goals, because obviously Liverpool have not conceded a goal yet, but the lowest XG? Nottingham Forest, Man City, Liverpool, or Spurs? I'm going to have another drink. I'm just letting the answers roll in. I'm not saying anything. A few shouts for City, shout for Forest, City, Forest, Liverpool, Spurs, Forest. City do always have low XG but concede anyway. I agree. Good morning, Owen. The answer, Liverpool. 2.3 expected goals conceded. The best in the league so far. So not only have they not conceded the goal yet, they've also got the lowest XGC. Which is pretty good, isn't it? I couldn't believe I saw the Brighton manager won Manager of the Month, which I couldn't believe because I thought, as a Man United fan, I thought Slot should have won it, to be honest. But there you go. Question 3. We only got 4 questions. There's one more. Which goalkeeper has made the most saves so far this season? Is it Flecken, Hermansen of Leicester, Nick Pope, or Dean Henderson? A bit of groupthink going on with Flecken there. Everyone's saying Flecken. Could be Pope, though. Ooh. Could it be? That's the question. What's Dreaming FPL type in there, eh? What's he trying to do? I think Watkins starts, yeah. I do. The answer is Flecken. 17 saves he's made. The most in the league so far this season. I think he came away with a 9-pointer the last time he played Man City as well. Dreaming FPL's type the answer after I've showed it. Question 4. How many people are playing FPL this season? I've put some random numbers in there basically. Is it 9,650,000? Is it 10,170,000? 11,330,000? Or 8,960,000? You don't have to put the full number in if you don't want to. Someone's answered with Flecken. He's a bit behind his bench jam, Bert. Yeah, it'd be interesting to know how many actual players there are, I guess. I have to trust it, right? The answer, taken directly from the FPL website, 10,173,508. So 10,170 basically. That's the answer. So if you said that, well done. Let me know what you got out of 4. Let me know what you got out of 4. I'm just going to, while you do that, I'm just going to run and get a quick snack, if that's all right. Two out of 4. Unlucky, man. Oh, no, Alexandru. Sorry to hear that. Got some 3s. Did anyone get 4 out of 4? That is the question. So I'm just going to do my... got a little granola bar. Did anyone actually get 4 out of 4 there? I don't think they did. I didn't think those questions were that hard. They were just dubious, I guess. There were some close answers, right? Like that top keeper for saves. I was surprised that that was the easiest, to be honest. Everyone said Flecken. Yeah, only one person got Liverpool for that, didn't they? No, it's just a granola bar, mate. Nothing fancy. Just granola. We were going to do some team reviews, weren't we? I'm going to put it in the chat. So I'm going to do it in a fair and just way. So if you're a member, you get priority, and I will look at your team. Yeah, it would be Alexandru. It would show your team as per the deadline for Gameweek 3. And members get priority here, by the way. So, sorry, it's just how it works. tell you what, I know I'm breaking my own rules, but I'm going to let Dreaming and Nils in too. Because I'm nice. That is it then. We'll do 7. Apologies if you put a message in the chat now. I'm not going to be able to read it because I'm looking at people's team. So I'll stick those 2 in because I'm nice. Thank you, Cortex. It's my moderator now. How good's that? 425647. By the way, mate, don't feel the need to like come on every stream to be the moderator now. Just take it as you want, mate. Take it. Yeah. Don't feel like you're like employed now. That's not how it works. Just do as you see fit. Right. So this is Owen Downs' team. It's definitely not a wild card. What would I do? I'd probably do Murphy to Rogers. You know what? I would do Murphy to Rogers and Chris Wood to João Pedro. That feels like a good couple of moves there, mate. Notion Vids. 284112. 284112. Mine is just a troll one. Oh, right, okay. Oh, number 1 overall. Fair enough, mate. Harshit. 6495324. Ay. I would do Nkunku to Rogers. Bench Saliba. It's probably all actually, you got Winks in there as well. Let's see, if you do Nkunku to Rogers, get rid of him. Remove. Player rankings. Get Rogers in. How much do you have? 7.9 million. That's quite a lot for a midfielder, isn't it? Who is the best midfielder for the next 3 weeks? Under 7.9 million. 7.9. Luis Diaz. Ooh. Not too sure about that though. You already got Eze. You do. You don't. I'd bring Rogers and Eze in for Rice and Nkunku. That's what I'd do there, mate. Bring Rogers and Eze in for Rice and Nkunku and bench Saliba. Hopefully that helps. Stefan. 0638. Greetings from Algeria. Big ups, mate. Cortex, you've got a friend in here. I think Haaland plays, yeah. No worries, Alexandru, mate. No worries. You get my thoughts if you watch what you probably did. If you watched any of my wildcard videos, you kind of get my thoughts on that. I don't think I'd make a transfer here. I would just optimise my team. I would start Rogers, I think, over Hall, and just go with that. Or maybe start Hall over one of these two, Porro or Gabriel. But other than that, I don't think you need to make a move. I know it's tempting, but I think you should hold on. 2 Stefans have asked for their team to be reviewed. Hey, look at that. Would I stick with Doku? Probably, to be fair. I think I'd do Nkunku to Rogers. That's probably all you need to do. And then bench Quansah. I'll give Doku 1 more week, I think, just. Yeah, doing Nkunku to Rogers and bench Quansah, I think, mate. Who else we got? Dreaming FPL. 618308. Thank you very much, Alexandru. Please like and subscribe. Hall to Lewis and Gordon to Minter. Interesting. I would have kept Gordon. But Hall to Minter makes sense. Nils? 460235. Nice teammate. I would say you got a bit of an issue in defence there, but I don't know how you resolve it with one free transfer. So I would probably just stick it out with this team, because you can't. There's no replacement for Hall on one free transfer, so I'd probably just stick it out. 2k overall, by the way. It's 2k overall. This guy. He should make a YouTube channel and give tips rather than me. Oh, fair enough, Harshit. So the way these things work is they what was I saying? It only knows your team as per the deadline last week. If it could show your team as soon as you make the transfers, it'd be cheating, because you could just see exactly what everyone in your mini league is doing. So that doesn't work. You can just see it as per the deadline of last week. So sorry if it doesn't show, but I think Harshit, you made the exact transfers I suggested that you do. So yeah. We'll do another round of team reviews at 10 o'clock UK time, so on the next hour, basically. I'm just going to have a bit more of my granola bar. Keep the messages coming in. I'll read them and then answer us when I've finished this little bit. Yeah, in 23 minutes. Sorry. I didn't want to have my mic on while I was eating because that's a bit disgusting. I'd say Souček. Can't be sure that Nedeljkovic plays, but I reckon Souček does. That'd be my thoughts on that. Been live for nearly 2 hours. Wow. So I was just having a look. So the Rob T FPL projected goal scorers. Thank you, Cortex. It's been updated, so I just thought I'd share that. And tell Rob I love him because the data he puts up are really good. What's this? Oh, top 3 projected goals by team. That's quite cool. Hopefully you can read that in the 720p stream. Make it a bit bigger. There you go. No, I don't, Lee. I don't. I think it would be the opposite. How many players have I got playing today? I couldn't even tell you. What fixtures have we got today? So playing tomorrow are Arsenal, Newcastle, Spurs, and Wolves. So I've got Spurs, Newcastle. I've got 3 today, so that means I've got 8. 8 today, 3 tomorrow. Oh, I've showed the wrong screen. There we go. Back to my team. I would do Saka to Salah for a free transfer, sure. Why not? But I wouldn't do it for a hit. Fair, so I've got 10 today, 1 tomorrow. Fair enough. I'm really happy with Solanke in my team, you know. Me and Harmony in the chat both kept him. I'm really happy with that. I quite like having him as a differential. I think it's quite a nice place to be, isn't it? Having a player you know is good, that not many people have got, that's in your team. It's a good feeling. What's his ownership? Obviously, it's going to be relatively only 7.2. If you have a look at live FPL, we'll have a look at what his top 100k ownership is. So I'm just going to go to this screen just while I have a look. People's ownerships. Just having a look at Solanke's ownership. That's Solanke. He's not even on the list. That's Solanke. Anyone seen Solanke? Am I being blind? Ah. So Solanke is 0.8% owned in the top 10k. 7.5% overall in the game. And then amongst the top players, no one's got him. Come on, that's a nice place to be, that. Which batch of players do you prefer? TA, Guardiola, Wissa, Lewis, Porro, Isaac. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. How about a combination of the two? How about Trent, Lewis, or Porro and Isaac? Is that possible? But I would say of the two, I prefer Trent, Guardiola, and Wissa. I really like Wissa. I'm bullish on Wissa. I like him. Agree, Nils. Well, just saying, if you might not class me as a top manager, but I kept hold of him. No dramas, Cortex. Do as you please, mate. I think Saka's got a good chance of scoring. I mean, it's Tottenham, isn't it? They're hardly the best defence. I have no idea how either Nils, but to be honest, I'm quite pleased because I feel I've gotten really unlucky on price changes so far this season. So I'm quite happy that he hasn't dropped. I do not understand the price rise and fall system at all, by the way. I do not get how it works. And also, how is Isaac exactly? How is Isaac not dropped? I'm not sure about Welbeck. He's good when he plays, but I just think he's I'm only joking. Don't worry. Sorry, it's really hard to convey sarcasm. I'm just joking. I don't. Absolutely fine, mate. Yeah, I just think he gets injured too often for me, Welbeck. That would be my thoughts there. Just gets injured a bit too much. Should I bench Saliba? It depends who else you've got, mate. We already looked at your team, didn't we? I literally did a team review of yours. Why are you asking me that? I literally did a team review. I'm pretty sure I said bench Saliba. No, Zuby, it's. I know you're trying to take what I've said and I don't know. Comparing player for player, that's really tough for me. I would say of the options you suggested, the Trent Guardiola Wissa one was better. I think we should get United news before the deadline. Oh, Notion Vids, the next quiz is going to be on the next deadline stream, mate. I can't do multiple quizzes on one deadline stream, unless you want that, but it took me a while to think of and prepare those questions and answers. You get one per deadline stream, mate. That's how it works. No dramas, mate. It's, yeah. Hope you can understand my point of view and difficulty there. Should I do Neco Williams? I like Conser. And then Wildcard in Game Week 6, yeah, go for it. I like Conser, mate, personally. Dunk could be good as well. What's Dunk's fixture Game Week 5? Let's have a quick look. If Dunk has a good fixture Game Week 5, I'd pick him, to be fair. I can't remember what the Brighton fixtures are. Yeah, pick Dunk. Pick Dunk. I like that move, mate. Especially if you're wildcarding in 6. I'm big on Wissa. I really like him. I think he's better than João Pedro. Not like game by game. I just think he's nailed. Especially with Tony leaving, I think he plays every game. And you look at his stats. See if I can pull up his stats. His stats so far this season are really good. 0.87 expected returns per 90. That's elite level. Yeah, fixtures. Well, Game Week 4 fixtures tough, but I mean he can easily score against Tottenham. And then look at those fixtures from then. Look at those fixtures for Brentford. Spurs away, you could definitely score against them. West Ham, Wolves, Man United, Ipswich, Fulham, Bournemouth, Everton, Leicester. So, and that leaves you right up until December. How good's that? I like how Man United away is only a grey fixture now as well. Oh, yes, we need to do the challenge, don't we? We'll do the FPL challenge. No, I think I would. I think I would prefer Trent, Lewis, and Isak. I think I would. Clean sheets are worth double points. Oh, what's going on there? I don't know about Nedeljkovic. Thoughts on buying Semenyo? I think I'd buy Smith Rowe or Rogers over Semenyo, to be honest. I've got 10 points last week. Wow. Clean sheets are worth double points. Right then. Hey, it's picked the team for me already. What? Why can't I save the team? Remaining budget, 0.5. Why can't... Oh, right, it's because I haven't made any changes. That's the team. Yeah, I don't mind it, you know. I think I've already picked it, that's why. I think that's a pretty decent team, isn't it? That's my challenge. I could get Virgil, but I quite like the thought of spreading my risk a little bit. And you can only have 3 players from one team, can't you? So I've already got that. I've got the trifecta. I'm happy with that. I think that's all right. You can get more, can you? I'm still happy with it. I'm still happy with it. Actually, I should probably go Rico Lewis, shouldn't I? Back. Can I remove him? Transfer out. We're going to go Rico Lewis. Or am I? Is Rico Lewis 100% going to play? No, we're going to stick with it. We're going to stick with it. We're going to stick with it. There we go. We're going to stick to it. Let's go back. Wait, Man United Southampton is on at 11:30. Oh, I must be on GMT rather than summertime, right? Have a quick look at the draft I've got with my mates as well. Have a look at my draft team. I'm obviously winning. Maybe my mates are watching this. Jack Savory's gone for Mateta. Don't mind it. Here's my draft team. I like how it's got the old graphics. I don't play Super 6. I probably should. But yeah, here's my draft team. I'm pretty happy with that, you know. It's not too shabby, is it? Let's be honest. I can imagine it's absolute chaos, mate. I quite like having Rashford. I quite like Rashford. Who is available? Top available players. Here you go. Not many good ones, really. Thank you, Ryan Clark. No, just keep it. It feels like such a luxury. I think you'd rather have that transfer in hand, mate. Sit on your hands and be boring. I know it's boring, but that's what I would do. That would be my professional advice. I must say, I'm flagging a little bit. I've been live for 2 hours now. Oh, starting to get a little bit fatigued. It's quite odd, isn't it? Streaming for hours. I was in a draft and a guy picked Xerxes. He was third. Blimey. I'll show you my friend Jack's team. I think he was making it while he was cooking. He was taking the full 59 seconds to pick people. Oh, I'm looking at challenge, not draft. By the way, that's my mate Alex's team name. I hope we win. I'm not sure. That's my friend Jack's team. It's actually not too bad, to be fair, is it? We were just laughing at it at the time. I reckon we'll draw against Blackburn. Andy Vyman is our former player, club captain, top scorer, absolute legend. Now he plays up front for Blackburn. I think he scores against us. One of my mates picked Mudrick. To be fair, Jack's done alright with Madueke. Um, Garnacho and Rogers. Dedication to the stream. Garnacho out for a -4. I have 6.6 to invest. Who to buy for a -4? Bought Salah in for Saka already. We just get Rogers. Rogers, Minter, Smith Rowe, Semenyo, someone like that. Still, did you ask me that? When did you ask me that? Yeah, I don't mind Smith Rowe to Eze. I think that's a decent move. It's a bit luxury, but I think there's enough points in it that it's worthwhile. I don't think that's too bad of a move. I might go and make another coffee, actually. Another coffee might help get me through the next hour. Would you guys mind if I did a quick 2-minute coffee break? I guess it'll be what it'll be. Your friend is also called Jack. Diaz or slash Jota, or go for Robertson with double. I actually really like double Liverpool defence. I wouldn't mind that at all, Martin. I think Palmer is a really, really good option. Cheers, man. I might go and get a coffee in a sec. Both yellow flags have me. I think they both play. Palmer's in training, mate, so he definitely plays. I would give Jota another week, and then I would sell him for Eze after the Champions League and stuff. I think that's when it gets a bit hectic for Liverpool, but I think I would keep him this week. Jota to Eze feels like a bit of a luxury, but I do feel like Eze is better than Jota. He's on penalties, free kicks, plays every game, ticks all the boxes for me. My entire transfer plans are dependent on Ahmad and Lewis Hall starting because it feels wrong to sell them now. Completely agree, mate. Will we get news on Lewis Hall though? I don't think we will. Oh, he's on tomorrow. There's no chance we're going to get news on that. It'd be nice if he was first choice though. I've already answered that question, Ali Hassan. You turn off my stream or something and then put it back on to put the message in. Right, I am. I'm just going to go and refill my coffee, if that's all right, because I've been live for 2 hours now, and I'm flagging a little bit. So I'm going to go and get some more caffeine. I won't be long. Be like a minute because I just need to boil the kettle. But yeah, it won't be long. Can I show you? Can I have anything on screen? I don't have a waiting screen. Let me know what you want to look at. Do you want to look at the projected goals? Let's have a look at. You can have that on screen while I just go and get a coffee. Just staying on, guys. Sorry if you heard anything in the background then. I forgot to mute my mic. My flatmates were up and about. So, yeah, if you heard anything, apologies. I say flatmates, my flatmate and his girlfriend. Is it? Is that confirmed, is it? Haaland starting? Big ups. I'm just going to have a look at a Twitter list of mine. That's a strong coffee I've just made there. Wow. There we go. Haaland starts. Big ups. Everyone's saying deadline streams. Haaland. There you go. Haaland starts. Let's go, boys. Got that question from a few people, actually, Elijah. I would bench Smith Rowe of that lot. Looking at goal scoring odds, Muniz is a lot higher than Smith Rowe on this list. So I would go for Muniz. Even though I don't really like him, I'd probably go for Muniz. Back to my team. Play Concert or Robinson? Ooh, Robinson. Yeah, Robinson. I prefer his chance. I think clean sheet wise, Concert just edges it. But Robinson is miles above Concert in terms of likelihood of attacking returns, I would say. I have Mazouari first sub over Porro, Muniz, and Smith Rowe. Would you do the same? Oh, no. No, I'd have Muniz, Smith Rowe, Mazouari as my order. Big ups, Haaland starting. Let's go. I'm actually really happy with this team. You know, thinking about it, looking at it. I'm actually really happy with it. If Solanke scores now, or scores a couple, I'm going to be so happy. Harmony, if you're still in the chat, we're going to have a Solanke party tonight. Or tomorrow. It's going to be tomorrow, isn't it? Send me a DM and you come around my flat and we can have a Solanke party. I'll bring champagne and sparklers. That sounds like an odd invitation, doesn't it? Raya, Trent, Robinson, Munoz, Saka, Salah, Jota, Rogers, Eze, Muniz, Isak. I like it, mate. Solanke party, baby. Let's go. Still undecided between Solanke and Wissa. If money was no object, I'd go Solanke. But actually, would I? I think they're very even, you know. I'm almost like 50-50 on their points potential, actually. I think, especially if you can bench Wissa this week. If you can bench Wissa this week, I would go for Wissa. But if you can't, I'd go for Solanke. I think playing Solanke against Arsenal at the Tottenham Stadium with the injuries that Tottenham have is better than playing Wissa against Man City away. I think João Pedro will play this week. How likely? I don't know. I'd say I'm 80% would be my gut feel. 75 to 80%. That's what my gut feel percentages say. Will not do cheering Solanke. They will not. I would start Muniz. Yeah, just Muniz. I'm I'm really torn on Gordon. Really torn. I think there's definite justification to keep him next week against Fulham, but then when he plays Man City game week 6, I think that's probably time to swap him for Mbumo. And I will also keep tabs on both Isak and Solanke to see how they perform, because I would love to bring in Wissa. And then if I did Gordon to Mbumo and Isak to Wissa, that would allow me the money to upgrade one of my... I could do Guardiola to Robertson, and then also one of my 4.5 defenders to potentially Trent. So that's kind of my long-term plans. I definitely don't think I need to wildcard this team anytime soon. I think it's absolutely fine, to be honest. I've got 2 free transfers already. If I just keep banking transfers, I can kind of use a mini wildcard. Yeah, I don't think I need to. I don't think I need to. It's not like I'm chasing rank. Not that I would. If my rank was a lot lower, I don't think my opinion would change either. I don't think Bruno has done enough to deserve to be a captain, in my opinion, mate. I would not captain Bruno Fernandes. I would keep him, but I wouldn't captain him. Oh my god. Bench one of Eze, Madueke, Jota, Son. Oh my god. I'm going to have to defer to the chat for that one. What does the chat think about who James should bench? Because I don't have a clue. Still don't know who to captain. I'm just thinking. That's so tough. Alexandra, I've got something for you, mate. Who are your captaincy choices? Put them in the chat in a message, and I will do a random name generator for you. Haaland, Salah, Eze. All right, mate. This used to crash my laptop, so hopefully it doesn't. We can do it quickly. There you go, mate. There's your pick. I sent my laptop absolutely haywire as well doing that spin the wheel. I'll turn it off now. My pleasure, mate. It's what I'm here for. Sometimes it's quite nice to take decisions out of your hands, isn't it? Let's get back to my team. There we go. Bench Saka, Rogers, Isak, Welbeck, or Jota. I'd probably say Rogers of that lot. Or Welbeck. Rogers or Welbeck. Rogers or Welbeck. For me. Everyone's saying Rogers. I agree. I bench Rogers too. I was going to look for something. Keep coming with your questions in the chat. "45 minutes ago. Been live for 2 hours for 15 minutes. I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it all the way to 11 and be able to actually have good conversation. I'm running out of things to talk about now. Anyone an F1 fan? Anyone got a backer to win the Grand Prix this weekend? Muniz to Pedro? Nah. This feels like a luxury move. I would keep Muniz just for one more week. Haaland not playing well. Unfortunately, he is playing. He is leaked to be starting. Oh, it's all team dependent, mate. It's really hard to say. It's all team dependent as to when you wildcard. Completely team dependent. Saka to Salah, Isak to Welbeck for free. Already have João Pedro. Honestly, I don't think that's worth it. Big up, Sean. I'm doing well, mate. I had to do a little bit of shoulder activation this morning because we're a little bit sore from training last night. But yeah, we're all good. All good. I've got a little bit of bursitis in my shoulder that I'm trying to manage at the moment. I think it's bursitis anyway. Yeah, we hit it quite heavy on the sprints last night. Did lots of sprinting. I did some races on the power tower with someone. So there were two of us in a lane. We attached the power tower to us and swam against it. And I won both my races. I was undefeated. And then we had to swim as far as possible in 23 seconds with a pair of fins on. I nearly did the whole 50 metres. Nearly, very close. What else did we do? 350s max effort off of like 2 minutes, which was disgusting. And then did some swimming against bungees as well. So it was a hard old slog. So I'm grateful. Today is a rest day. I'm going back home because it's my granddad's 94th birthday this week. So I'm going to go for a lunch with him. 3 swims, 4 swims, 3 gyms usually, mate. And yes, I try and have between 3,500 calories a day, I'd say, something like that. I was so hungry when I got home last night. I had two steaks, some chips, and some. It was good. Good. Thank you very much, Sean. I'll let him know you said happy birthday. Yeah, 94, crazy. Gordon or Rogers? Gordon. I'm doing very well, Brisky. Hope you are too. His name's Colin, by the way. Are we done looking at teams? Oh, we should look at some teams. I will do. Big ups, Alex. I will do some team reviews. Right. Get your IDs ready. I think Luca Dean will start, yeah. But he's the biggest troll in FPL history. Don't forget that. You've only had 2. I might close it. No one's interested. There's 4. One more. Jason's gone twice. Right, finished after Ellery. Locking them in. 2 secs. Just before I share Twitter on my screen, I'll just let that draft down. Face, man. I've got so many spots. What's going on with me? My body this week, due to my like stress and busyness, has just said no and given me the gift of spots. Brilliant. Taken a console. Yeah, you got a few risks in your team there, haven't you? I like that. I can't remember what your old team. Oh yes, I do remember. I'm not going to say it on stream. I do remember it. Smith, Rowe, Rogers. Oh, that's such a tough question. This week in particular, I would say Rogers. Whose team am I looking at? Nicholas Lomies. I think I would just start Rogers over Hall and roll. I don't think you need to make a swap here. Haaland's confirmed playing. Yeah, I would just leave that. I'd leave it. I think that's fine. You could make a couple of moves to get Salah in if you wanted to, but I don't see anything glaringly obvious to allow you to do that. I'd probably leave it. Dakshin. Oh, thank you very much for the donation. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. That's very generous. I'm very grateful. What currency is that in, my friend? It's huge. Thank you so much. Oh, I didn't check what your name was. I'll have to do it next week. Mate, you don't need to do anything with this. I would potentially consider doing that. Rogers over Smith Rowe. And maybe you could do something to get Salah in. But you could honestly roll. You could roll there if you really wanted to. I like that team a lot. Right, Jason. 216 626. Well, I would start Minter. Oh, great. I wouldn't do anything with this team, mate. It looks absolutely fine. You're absolutely fine. Lava Luna. 2421. Oh, another team that looks absolutely fine. Nothing. Wouldn't do anything here. Wouldn't do anything there. I think that looks great, mate. Great team. Ellery. Sorry that I'm saying roll, but some of these teams are just great. I wouldn't do anything. There we go. Another great team. Honestly, all of these teams are amazing. That's all right, Notion Visit. I'm very grateful for your donation. I was just intrigued to know what currency it was. Right, that's it for team reviews for the time being. Oh, Indian rupees. Okay, cool. Well, I really appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Thank you. So, Martin, you have to do it in a browser. You can't do it on the app. So when you look at your team in the FPL browser, oh, I don't mind Harmony. That's fine. It's just I can't use it because I did it on I did a stream with Gian Batra at the weekend, and I must have swore like twice, and YouTube demonetized it because I said 2 curse words. So yeah, the chat's fine though. I mean, as long as it's not like horrific, I can deal with that. I just can't read it. But hey, as the moderator, you do what you like. What was I looking for? Yeah, so you go on your team on the browser, hit Gameweek history, and you can see there, that's the URL at the bottom left of where I'm sharing my screen. And my ID is 4581. You can see it in the corner. So hopefully that helps you. Forgotten I need to put some jewellery on because I'm going out today. Put my watch and my necklace on a sec. Get ready with me. This thing, it's bloody thing, so hard to put on. The like clasp is so intricate. Come on. There we go. Get ready with me, chat. Why not Captain Salah? I think Haaland's better, mate. Back-to-back hat-tricks. Come on. It is back-to-back hat-tricks he's just scored, right? Amit, we're done with the team reviews for the time being, my friend. Basically, because I can't do team reviews for the entirety of a live stream, because that's a bit too much. Come on. I can't actually get this necklace on. I might have to leave it. Oh, I can't get it on. Just confirm my wild card. Who would you bench out of these 3? I'd bench Konsa. I'd always start midfielders and stuff. I'm going off the law of gambling. He can't score another hat-trick. A hat-trick of hat-tricks. I think he can. I think he can, mate. I think he'll do all right today. Yeah, he's going to smash him in. I agree, mate. I think he's going to do well. I don't know what laws of gambling you're reading, though, mate. What's the law of gambling? Is it can't score 2 hat-tricks? Oh, I forgot to do this before I go out as well. Would you like a spray? There you go. Oh, I missed myself then. There we go. There's a spray. Mo always slow after playing for Egypt. I think it'll be all right. It was the AFCON that ruined him last season, wasn't it? I think tournaments just so knackering for pros, right? Best forward with a budget is 6.7. Long term, it's Wissa for me, mate. It should be in the top bar, mate. On your browser, it should be. You have to open Safari or Google Chrome or whatever browser is on your phone. I think so, Steve. I don't like Doku. And I think Foden's back. Savinio's probably back as well. I don't think Doku plays. There's a not a fallacy. What is it? there's a name for that. Is that the chances of an outcome happening are the same every roll, aren't they? I don't know what that is. I'm sure you know more than me about being in a casino and gambling, barmy army. It does work on a phone for me, Harmony. But maybe it doesn't work on Android. I don't know. If you tell me your team name, Martin, I can probably find what your ID is, actually. If you tell me what your team name is, I could probably search it and then I could tell you what your ID is. And then you can write it down for future reference if that's helpful. I can search your name. We can find you if you like. Should I transfer Saka / Palmer for Salah? Already have Jota. Not this week. It depends. If you have Salah, if you have Haaland as your captain, I wouldn't do it. But if you don't, I would. I mean, we're done with team checking, mate. I'm just helping this guy out with his FPL ID. I think I've done probably 30 teams now. I'm waiting for Martin. I'll go back to my team while we do that. Let's just check Twitter again, see if there's any news. Draft Hound, mate. There's a link in the description. I'm just checking Twitter to see if there's any news. I'm done with team reviews, mate, I'm afraid. IDK. I don't know how I'm doing. How are you? It looks like Garnacho could be benched based on this. Martin's found it. There you go. Unfortunately, we're done, but you got it for future reference. Oh, stuff's happening in Formula 1 at the moment. I'm going to have a quick gander. Finally got my team sorted. Henderson, Trent, Lewis, Robinson, Salah, Jota, Minter, Eze, João Pedro. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Would love a Jota link, wouldn't we all? Wouldn't we all? Yeah, Garnacho could be benched. That's why I flashed this up. There's a Man City prediction, not an actual lineup, but this is the prediction. Oh, it's just practice. George Russell fastest. Interesting. It's just practice, though. Dreaming FPL is my pleasure, mate. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. Which non-big player is going to shine? Anthony Gordon. I don't mind that, Lucas. I don't mind that. Seems like a sensible move. It's logical based on how you're thinking. I don't mind it. I think it makes sense. Cheers, Martin. I will do some more team reviews in 10 minutes. How about that? We'll do them at 1:45. It's also really taxing on my brain to look at loads of people's teams and like apply context and thinking to individual teams that are all different. They all have 11 different players in them. it's quite taxing on the brain, and it's quite hard to put that across to people, but I promise you it is. And trying to think about them seriously, it does take quite a lot of thinking power. For me, anyway. I might just be because I'm not very intelligent. I don't know. But I struggle to do loads. Yeah, you don't want to be relying on those two. I agree. I agree. I would always start Porro, mate. Non-big player Minter. No problem. No dramas, bro. Who's the better captain if Haaland doesn't start, Salah or Eze? Well, Haaland's confirmed leaked to start, but I would say that's quite a good one. I would say Salah. I don't know how many teams have I reviewed so far? Like nearly 30. It's really hard. So 30 teams means I've looked at 330 players. There you go. All good, bro. All good. Don't worry about it. And I've been live for 2 hours and 37 minutes as well. So, yeah, it's been a big day. Any Jota leaks? No, I've not seen anything, mate. Not seen anything. Would you do Bailey and Smith Rowe to Matoma and Rogers? I would just do Bailey to Rogers. I don't think you need to get rid of Smith Rowe. Yeah, but you can see overall ranking just FPL normally, mate. Where you got your ID from just tells you overall rank there. It's nice and easy. I agree, Pokemarket. I agree. Oh, 100% Robinson, mate. Party's just going to be a 2-pointer and he scores, but I would play Robinson, mate. I think he gets points, more likely to get points for a clean sheet or an assist for sure. My pleasure, mate. My pleasure. I appreciate you bigging me up recently, John. I really appreciate that. If I'm your favourite YouTuber, mate, it's an absolute pleasure. I think I've generally got 10 minutes left in me. I've been live for 2 hours, 40 minutes. I am fading. I've got 10 more minutes, so shoot your questions in and then we'll wrap things up. That's all right, guys. I'm fading. I can feel it. Sorry, guys. I'm tired. Matoma is my cousin. There you go. How cool is that? I was trying to do a greeting in Japanese, but I can't think of it. You're right, Alex. My pleasure. That's what I'm here for. It's my job. Part of my job. I can't think of a Japanese greeting other than "I'll bow to you." How about that? Arigatos, thank you. I know some of them are saying is excuse me. Arigato is thank you. Don't know about the rest of it. Best Japanese footballer of all time. Oh my god. Oh, konnichiwa, of course. What an idiot. I actually don't know. Best Japanese player of all time. I actually don't know. Is it might be Keizuke Honda, I'm thinking. I think Honda could be the best Japanese player of all time. I think it could be Honda. I don't know. What do you think? I want a Back to the Future style sports almanac with all the future FPL points. That's what I want. Oh, Shinji Kagawa, of course. He's pretty good as well, isn't he? Scored a hat-trick against Norwich as well. That's his biggest Man United memory. Fair enough. There's also, I can't remember his name, but there's a guy in his 50s that's still playing pro football. Japanese guy in his 50s that's still playing pro football now. That's it. Do they want him to retire? He's just putting a middle finger up to you lot then. I'd say Mikalenko, probably. Reluctantly. No, go for Winks. I think Mikalenko's got a chance of getting minus points this week, so yeah, I'd say Winks. I think De Bruyne is always a decent pick. I just think you can do better. You can do better for less money. I think even Mbumo is going to be better than De Bruyne. My top 3 midfielders, CDMs and centre-backs of all time. My God. My best top CDM of all time, I'd say there's 3. Maybe 4. I'd have to say 4. I'd say Sergio Busquets, Claude Makelele, Rodri, and Kante. That's the best CDMs of all time. Centre-backs, I'd probably say Van Dijk, he's probably up there. Nemanja Vidic. John Terry. Cannavaro, maybe. Midfielders. Ooh. Top. Jesus. Xavi, Iniesta, B2. I think they're 2 of the best midfielders of all time. And the third one, got no idea. No idea. Take your pick, really. So many. Oh, Zidane. Go on then. Yeah, Zidane, Xavi, Iniesta. Ronaldinho. Oh, God. There's so many. You can't name them all, can you? Let's be honest. Forgot about Ronaldinho. I can't believe it. Alan Hansen and Souness. A bit too old for me, I'm afraid. You've re-energised me with that debate. Bench Concert or Robinson? Conser, just. I am a dirty 2-team supporter. So I live in Bristol, not too far from the Bristol City ground. And I've got a season ticket. And then I've supported Man United all my life as well. So I've got 2 teams, basically, for my sins. And they're both a bit rubbish, really. Barcelona fan. I can tell, mate, if your username is Lionel Messi. Barcelona are actually in a reasonably good place again now, aren't they? Financially, not so much, but they've got a really good squad and a manager now. Was Maldini a centre-back? Or was he more of a left-back? I was thinking him more as a left-back. I think playing FPL helps me be unbiased. Because you have to be, really. It's one of the big lessons in FPL is you have to kind of put your loyalties aside to be good. Oh, wow. From City, I take Rodri. And from Liverpool, I would say Van Dijk or Salah, but they're getting on a bit. Trent? Yeah, I'd probably say Trent, to be fair. Yeah, I probably would say Trent. City, it's got to be Rodri. I think Rodri deserves the Ballon d'Or as well. I think he's amazing. Although I'd question the substances that he takes, in a way. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because Pep Guardiola got done for using steroids. Just saying. And he didn't even use a hidden one. I think Pep Guardiola literally used one of the he used clenbuterol, I think, or something like that. Yeah, nice, Daniel. I would just do the move, hold on to your team, and then buy in Boomo next week. With that, that's what I do, mate. Yes, Haaland does start. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you. Nandrolone, that's what he took. So Pep Guardiola failed 2 doping tests. 21st, 4th of November 2001. And he tested positive for nandrolone, which is a pretty prevalent and, big boy steroid. So there you go. Haaland nudes on my feed. But yeah, FPL Tony is saying Haaland start, so that's all you need to know. Nketiah to start, I think so. Any other Man City team news? Not seen any, mate. Not seen any. FPL Tony's your Donny. We'll keep an eye on Tony's Twitter feed. Oh, excuse me, guys. I'm getting a bit tired, as you can probably tell. Yeah, everyone wants to know about Lewis. Hopefully we get the news on Rico. I do really need the loo after that coffee. Give me 30 seconds and I'll be back. Yeah, flip a coin if you're not sure. Actually, getting up and just walking to the bathroom made me wake up. Unfortunately, I don't have one of those anymore, John. That happened a while ago, to be fair. But no, I've been up since 6:30, mate. I started this live stream at 8 a.m. No, I don't have the headspace to do Champions League, I'm afraid, mate. I just have too much going on in my life. There's too much. That's too much for my brain. My good mates, FF Bobby and FPL Tom, will be. It's life, innit, John? These things happen. Yeah, it's life. I'm all good. You don't need to worry about me. Any news on the Man U lineup? Is Garnacho starting? No, it doesn't look like he is. There's a leak that Amad Diallo does play, which probably means that Garnacho doesn't start and Rashford does. I'm sorry to hear that, Pokey Market. I don't have that problem yet, and I'm quite glad about it. I'm probably, hopefully, at least 10 years away from having that problem. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. I hope that it gets dealt with. I was talking to a bloke at work in a meeting this week. I won't go into too much detail, but he told me that he bought a new car that had air-conditioned seats. So it was leather seats, and it meant that the seats had little holes in for like obviously the air conditioning to come through. And without going into too much detail, his daughter had an accident on one of those seats, and you could imagine all those little holes in the seats and the result of an accident. And it took him, he said, about 5 hours. He said 4 or 5 hours to properly clean the car after that happened. Made me laugh. He was doing that last weekend, and I was like, oh, I'm glad I don't have kids. I don't have anything on Bailey, mate. What's my rank? 111k, which isn't too bad. But yeah, that seat story made me laugh. 20k. You don't need my advice then, Martin. Hi mate, rate my team. Henderson, Lewis, Dallo, Trent, Dunk, Conser, Rod, good team. I would be a little bit worried about Garnacho because it looks like Ahmad's going to be the one playing this week. It always could be worse, right? What are the XP points on Salah? We'll go on FPL review. That's the next few game weeks. There you go. There you go, mate. I would be inclined to start Gordon. Close, though. I'd be inclined to start Gordon. Just because I'd say they've got very equal chances of scoring, but Gordon has more chance of getting an assist, I reckon. Big ups to Notion Vids. I'll stay on for 5 more minutes and then I'm done because it's been 3 hours. Nearly had 2,500 viewers as well, which is pretty crazy. 2,500 people have watched me. Big ups. Let's get some biceps in. That wasn't a flex, by the way. That was literally just me having a stretch. Cheers, Alexandru, mate. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's good to be back. My sort of Saturday morning swim training's come to an end now, so yeah, I don't see any reason why I won't be live most Saturdays. Unless I've got... So at the end of October, I've got nationals for swimming. So I won't be... On the weekend of the 26th of October, I won't be able to go live. But other than that, I'm pretty clear for the next month or so. Give us a fact about you that you don't know already. I'm colourblind. There you go. Not only do my eyes not work in terms of seeing, but I'm also colourblind. Haaland can definitely score another hat-trick, mate. Robertson for Gabriel, I don't mind that move. You already know that. Another fact about me. Red and green. But try and describe a colour to me. It's really hard to do, isn't it? So I can't really explain how it is. I have a pink background. It's just white, mate. I live in a rented flat, so everything's white. That's just what happens. A fact that no one knows about me. I drive a Toyota GT86 car. How about that? And it's got a really loud exhaust on it. That's what I drive. There you go, there's a random fact. I really like Japanese cars as well. It's really hard to explain. I can tell the difference between white and red quite easily. Just some colours are confusing. I can't explain it. We'll go back to the leaks. Where have you seen that Josh starts? I've got no leaks. Anfield Insights, eh? I think they've been wrong in the past. That's why they're not in this list. Good luck to you too, Pokemarket. We hit 2,500 total viewers as well. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this list that I've got on Twitter, it filters out ones that have been wrong. So I trust it. And that would suggest that Anfield Insights has been wrong. But, you know, you can't always be 100% right on leaks, can you, to be fair? Yeah, same here, John. I hope you don't do better than me. Alrighty, joking. Best of luck to you too, mate. 3 minutes to go until the deadline. Sorry that I didn't do any more team reviews, but my brain's just not capable of it. I'm just checking everything's set. Correct captain, correct vice captain, correct bench order. Yeah, happy with that. Happy with that. And we hit 2,500 viewers as well. How good's that? 8,500 subs in all. What a day. I'll be back with another video this evening as well. I would go Cole Palmer, Bassett. You too, Alex, mate. Good luck to you. Cheers, John. Big ups, mate. Thanks for all your kind words. I appreciate them. Best of luck to you too, mate. You're very welcome. 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go, then I'm going to head to my granddad's birthday meal. Bench 2. I would bench Porro and Mbumo. Just. I think that's it. Deadline has hit. Well, there we go. I'm just going to tweet my team. Game week for lock. $111k overall world. Good luck all. Hashtag FPL. Oh, thank you, Alexandru, for all your support. And yeah, I will catch you about 7 PM UK time today with a video. Buy and avoid for Game Week 5. Hang on, we'll do this stream. We'll do this screen. Yeah, thanks everyone for joining. If you haven't already, please leave me a like rating, subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll catch you this evening for another video.